Let's talk about stress. We all know it, we all feel it. But what if everything we think we know about it is, well, wrong? What if stress isn't some external force that attacks us, but is actually something we have control over? In this explainer, we're going to flip that idea on its head and see stress not as an enemy, but as an internal state we can absolutely learn to manage.
So here's what we've got lined up. We'll kick things off by busting that old myth about good stress. Then we're going to look at what stress is actually doing to our bodies. The big moment? I'll share a new formula that will totally change how you look at life's challenges. From there, we'll shift the focus away from the outside world and onto your own inner power. And finally, we'll give you a practical toolkit to start building up that inner strength.
All right, let's get right into it. First up, we need to challenge a belief that so many of us have about what it takes to perform at our best.
Be honest with yourself for a second. Have you ever said something like this? That you need that deadline pressure, that little bit of tension to really get motivated? So many people believe in this idea of good stress, thinking it's the secret sauce for success.
This probably hits home for a lot of you, right? It's the classic procrastinator's anthem. The idea that we do our best work when we're in a last-minute panic. But let me ask you this, is that really thriving or is it just surviving?
Let's really think about it. When you're genuinely stressed out, is your mind sharp and clear, or is it racing and foggy? The source material gives this perfect example of a host who had to go in front of a camera for the first time. He was so stressed, his mouth went completely dry, and his performance, well, he said it was terrible. The stress didn't help him, it totally sabotaged him. That feeling isn't a performance enhancer, folks. It's just anxiety.
And that brings us to the real cost of stress. Because, let's be clear, this isn't just some vague emotional thing. It is a very real physical experience, and it comes with a pretty hefty price tag.
This analogy is just perfect. Imagine you have to walk somewhere, but you have a bad knee. You can still get there, yeah, but every single step is a struggle. It hurts. You're not moving freely. You're not at your best. That's exactly what stress does to our minds. It's this constant low-grade injury that holds us back from our true potential.
In your body? Oh, your body tells the whole story, doesn't it? Your heart starts pounding, your pulse races, your mouth feels like a desert, you get that knot in your stomach, your head feels heavy. These aren't just random symptoms. This is your body's alarm system screaming that something is wrong, and it's taking a serious physical toll.
Okay, so if stress isn't the key to peak performance, then what is it? Now we get to the core idea of this whole explainer. It's a simple little formula that's going to completely shift your perspective on everything.
For most of us, the math seems pretty simple, right? My boss sets a deadline, I feel stressed. I'm stuck in traffic, I feel stressed. It seems like a direct cause and effect. Pressure happens, and stress is the unavoidable result.
But that equation is missing something huge. Here it is, the real formula. Stress equals pressure divided by resilience. And that, right there, changes the entire game. Because now, we have another variable. We have a lever we can actually pull.
Let's break that down, because this is so important. Up top, in the numerator, you've got pressure. That's all the external stuff we can't really control, right? The deadlines, the traffic, the tough exams. But down below, in the denominator, you've got resilience. And that's your internal strength, your power to cope. And here's the magic part. It's the one thing in the equation that you are 100% in control of.
And this is where it all gets so empowering. You see, the problem isn't the pressure. It's where we've been putting our focus. We spend all our energy trying to change the traffic or our deadlines, things we can't change, instead of building up the one thing we can.
Get this, the actual external situation, the traffic jam, the argument, it only accounts for about 10% of the stress you feel. A whopping 90% is determined by your internal power to cope with it. That's why two people can go through the exact same thing and one is cool as a cucumber while the other is freaking out. It's all about their resilience.
Here's a perfect way to think about it. Imagine someone bumps your car. Your first reaction is probably getting upset, right? Worrying about the scratch, the dent. But listen, the car can be fixed, insurance will handle it. But what about the damage you just did to your own mind by getting all agitated and angry? We often give more love and care to our material things than to our own peace of mind. Kind of crazy, isn't it?
So it all comes down to this. We need to redefine responsibility. It's not a burden, it's a power. It is your ability to respond. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can always control how we choose to respond to it. That is the only thing that is ever truly yours.
So, the million-dollar question is, how do we do it? How do we build that resilience? How do we beef up that denominator in our stress equation? Okay, let's get practical. Let's talk about a toolkit you can start using today. Here are 4 simple, powerful ideas. First, you have to realize that you are the creator of your own thoughts. They don't just happen to you. Second, and this one is huge, you've got to prioritize yourself. Your own mental state comes first, period. Third, own your power. No person, no situation can make you feel anything without your permission. And finally, remember that you are powerful and secure on the inside no matter what's going on outside.
So let's bring it all home. What did we learn today? 1. Stress is a choice you're making, not a requirement for success. In fact, it actually makes you less efficient. 2. Your number 1 job is to take care of your own state of mind. And 3, the big one, stop trying to control the pressure. Start focusing all your energy on building your resilience.
And that really leaves us with this final thought. Your happiness isn't something you find out there in the world. It's something you build, right here inside yourself. The power has always been in your hands. So the only question is, what are you going to choose to do with it?